I'm with Wyre under-14s after round 4 in the E&G under-14s Youth Netball Premier League Northern Conference. 2-game stay, your first 2 wins in a round. So I can imagine it was nice to get a couple of wins under your belt, because this season hasn't really gone according to plan. Injuries being the biggest thing why you haven't pushed on this season. But your first game against DNA, was it a game you expected to win? Are you expected to win those type of games as a team?
I don't know. Well, DNA was a team for us. We didn't know what kind of standard they were like because we haven't played them in a while. I know they've had some player changes. So I think we just went to it thinking it was going to be a tough game and we were going to have to work for it, which we did. But in the end, we managed to do well, come out on top.
Were they a team that just wouldn't leave you alone type of thing? Because at times in the game, you were getting ahead. It looked like you was coasting, but they, like a fly, they kept coming back and you had to keep swatting them away. Did you feel like, why was that? Why is there periods where they were getting on top again? Was it changes in the team or what was it?
It was more the ball placement, because I think we got into a rhythm of it and then it was just one loose ball and we just sort of lost the rhythm. I think it's just a case of having to get back into it.
Yeah.
So I think that was useful for DNA because they could easily get in front and intercept the balls that we were releasing and not receiving.
Yeah, and I think as well they're a very physical team, definitely. Yeah. They'll take the opportunities that we drop the ball. They'll get in there and take them.
Yeah. No, I like DNA. I think they're game, aren't they? They're really competitive, and you see that on the court. So if you weren't on top of your game, potentially could have been a little bit of an upset there type of thing. But no, DNA are a good club, so you've done a good job there. I know South Ribble are, would I say, your local rivals, type of thing?
It's more Blackpool, to be honest.
Yeah.
But we know most of them from Lancs and that. So.
Yeah. But a game you was expected to win?
I think we've played them before, and I don't think it was an expecting to win, but we knew we had the ability to beat them. But it was just the fact that you couldn't just show up and expect to win. You still had to work for it, because if you just get complacent, then that's when you can slip up.
Yeah, of course. But you got the 2 wins, so you're on 6 points now. Obviously, you can't push for the top 4. You obviously can't go down. That would have been an absolute catastrophe for you. But this season, you've got 1 game to go against Kingston, which again you're probably expected to win. So you will probably end up on 8 points. Is that a true reflection of where you're at as a club, or has it just been one of those seasons where you should have done better, but unfortunately players missing and games not going for you type of thing? Has that affected your overall position?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think this was what we had in mind after we did. I think we came 3rd last season, so not what I expected. But there's definitely been a lot better teams in the league this season, so there was obviously more competition. And then obviously with games being in half term and stuff, there was just a lot of people who were away. So there's not much you can do.
So you're blaming me then?
No, not blaming you at all. It's just the fact that it's just a case of getting back into the room after obviously being away and stuff like that. It's just a case of getting ready to go and getting into the beat of it. So sometimes we could lose the ball, but we always win it back. So
before we go, I don't know if you realise, but it's probably nothing to do with you but Chester under 13s beat Oldham last week in our league, which was a big thing because everyone expected the Oldham win. How do clubs like you do what Chester do and kind of start breaking that narrative where we're constantly seeing the same teams winning? Because it seemed to me in that game in particular, they just really brought it to Oldham, which kind of shocked them. What do you need to do as a club to kind of stop the same narratives playing out constantly? What do you think you need to improve on going into next season?
Yeah, I don't know whether when we play teams like that as well, it's quite kind of a mindset thing. If you always expect them to be and go into the game already feeling like you've lost. Like we're playing Oldham tomorrow in a different league, so I think maybe we need to go in that thinking positive, good start. And even though they are a good team and you have good players, which is definitely going to be tough, you just a lot of the time, if you're not turned up to win, then you've got no chance.
It's just a case of walking with a smile on your face.
Well, no, you've got nothing to lose in that game, so just go there and just enjoy it for what it is. The pressure's on them to beat you, don't forget. So go in there and just take it to them. End of story. But well done today. Good to see you again, and I look forward to seeing you on April 23rd. Well done. Bye.